Good morning. Welcome to What I Eat in a Day. Really quickly, I am actually going to work because I forgot something that I had that I need to leave there. So I'm heading to work this morning just to drop it off. I have the day off. And then I'm gonna go to the gym, which I never go to the gym ever. Well, I was going on Sundays with my husband and I was posting that on Instagram, but this month of June, we were gone. And then I did my Pilates challenge, which I just finished yesterday, all 21 days. And I edited this morning. So I have not done anything, but I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna have like a free day. I scheduled this on purpose when I did my 21-day challenge because I thought it would be fun to have one day to just do whatever I wanted before the July challenge happens for me. And I am so excited for the July challenge, like so excited. But today I thought I will do a what I eat in a day just to kind of share some of my meals with you, some of my summer meals that I've been absolutely loving. It is very, very hot here. I live in Las Vegas. It's hot here all the time, but especially in the summertime. We haven't gotten to the heat temps that we get normally in June, so I'm fearing that July is gonna be really hot, but it's been really cool in the mornings and then cool in the evenings, which is kind of rare for us. We haven't hit over the ones. I'm saying that very quietly, right? Over the 100s. I love the heat, okay? So I moved here because I love the heat. I'm not complaining about the heat, but it does get very hot here. And I think a lot of people can agree that when it's hot, you don't feel like cooking. When it's hot, you don't feel like eating. Doesn't matter if it's dry heat or humidity. It's just how your body naturally is. That's why we eat more in the wintertime. So I thought I would share with you some of the summer meals that I'm really loving. I might have to make a run to the grocery store because I think I'm out of yogurt, but yeah. Anyways, welcome to today's What I Eat video. Let's get to the gym and then on with food. Back to the gym is a part of my July challenge, kind of. I'm actually really excited to get back to the gym to work out with my husband. I really miss that time with him, and I just want to tell you what my July challenge is, but I don't think I will. You're going to have to follow me on Instagram because I usually post every single day over there for accountability on my stories. So this is EOS. We joined here, I think 2 months ago. We do have a home gym, but when it comes to training together, I feel like it's so much easier to do it at a gym. And this one's really inexpensive. It's like $10 a month, which is insane. I feel like I also have a lifetime membership. I don't go there very much. I will go there sometimes with work. But this is just nice. It's different. It has a lot of different things that we don't have. I like to use our gym at home in the mornings. My husband likes to use it off and on throughout the week, but it's nice to have another place to go, especially I talk to you guys about this all the time. But I am someone who would probably not leave my house if I didn't have to. I'm just an extreme introvert. So I feel like it pushes me outside my comfort zone. It makes me say hi to people. Honestly, I would never leave the house. How many of you are like that? I would order my groceries here. I would order my clothes here. I would just never leave the house. It's hard to admit that, to be honest, but I'm always so happy when I do go out in public because it makes me feel really good. It pushes me outside my comfort zone. So I did 30 minutes at level 7 on the Stairmaster, just something light because July is going to be a big month. And I just finished my Pilates challenge and I just wanted to get a little bit of movement in. It didn't have to be hardcore. It didn't have to be anything crazy. And so I felt like 30 minutes was the perfect amount for me just to get a nice sweat going. I didn't do intervals, which really makes me sweaty. Let me know down below. Are you a Stairmaster fan? We have a stair stepper here at home. It's behind my treadmill if you've seen it. It's very different of a movement than the actual stairs, but there's just something about stairs that literally kill me. If I'm doing intervals on them, I am a sweaty hot mess. So like I said, 30 minutes on this, and I did not have to do any runs to the grocery store or anything. I was good for my yogurt bowl. As I was on this, I remembered oh wait, I had enough for today because I made it ahead yesterday. So I'll take you home and I'll share with you what I'm having for breakfast. Just finished up at the gym, had such a good time. I just did 30 minutes on the stairs. And I feel amazing. It's so beautiful outside. I'm definitely going to get out for a walk later today, but I did bring a post-workout shake with me. It's like a to-go one. I get a lot of questions about if I eat first thing in the morning before I work out. If I am just doing cardio, no. When I did just Pilates and cardio, no. I wasn't typically very hungry. I think it's just kind of based on your body's nature. I'm usually not hungry in the mornings. About an hour after I work out, I start to get a little bit hungry, and then afternoons and evenings I'm ravenous. So I tend to be like a heavier eater at night, and I think that's why. It's just how I am. I don't feel like you need to eat if you're not hungry, but I do have a protein shake that I was going to drink, and I haven't shared, or if you're new, I have included a lot more protein in my diet over the last few months and been really happy with it. And this has 16 grams of protein. It also has like a bunch of veggies and chia seeds and fruit in it, so it's like really well balanced. So I'll sip on that on the way home. It's just room temperature. I don't really care. It's probably even hotter than room temperature because it's been sitting in my car, but I like it. It's fine. Sometimes I'll even put it with coffee, but today I'm just gonna drink it. And if it's not finished by the time I get home, I can put it over some ice, but I feel like that's a good thing to sip on. And then I'll show you what I have for breakfast. But I feel like the best way to eat is to listen to your body. There's no right or wrong way to eat. If you're hungry first thing in the morning, eat. If you're not hungry till later in the day, great. The worst thing you can do is hold off on food based on thinking it's going to progress you, whether it's like weight loss or fitness or something, in a better way, because like been there, done that is not helpful. So I eat very intuitively. Again, if I work out like weights in the morning, like if I go to with my husband to the gym and we do weights, I will definitely eat something because I know that I'm going to be so hungry once we start, because your muscles are more active for weightlifting. You're burning a lot more sugars than if you are just doing cardio. And the people that are getting into their car over there are literally staring at me like I'm a crazy person, so I'm gonna head home. So it's been a little while. I have been home for a little bit. I got ready for my day, and now I'm gonna have breakfast. I actually made breakfast yesterday for today because I like it to sit in the fridge for a little bit, and it's been so delicious. I want to do a couple different variations of this for the summer, but right now this is the kick I'm on. This is a protein yogurt. It's just like nothing new under the sun. I feel like we've all done it before. I've shared like mixing protein powder in my yogurt. I don't have the yogurt container because I used it up yesterday, but I'm using the Kite Hill yogurt, and it has 17 grams of protein per serving. So I have a serving of that. This looks so beautiful. I also have a scoop of the vanilla PE Science protein, and I just mix a little bit of water with it, cut up some strawberries, add some Catalina Crunch, which I like. I don't like love, but I like it. I also really like that it is high in protein. I'm really trying to hit that protein. And then I have some sprinkles in here just for fun. Just really delicious. And like I said, I like it to be sitting for a day. I don't know, it just makes it better. I probably need to go to the store and get more yogurt because I do want this again tomorrow, but we'll see. I have other things I can have for breakfast too. Another breakfast that I really love. Currently, I was obsessed with it. I had it for like 4 weeks straight until I switched over to this week, was protein plus oatmeal. And just a flavor packet of oatmeal, I think it's the best. So, but yes, I dropped one. If you're on the fence and I'm like, I don't know if I like the Catalina Crunch very much, it does have a weird aftertaste because of the monk fruit, but overall I think it has a really good flavor. So I say at least try it. If you don't like monk fruit, you won't like it at all. But if you're like on the fence, at least try it. I have found it on Amazon for really good deals. And recently I found it at Albertsons, or was it Smith's? I don't know which one, because I shop at both from time to time for like specialty items if I'm not at Trader Joe's. But it was in the Fetch app, and you got like 2,000 bonus points for purchasing it. So I was like, I'll try it, and I actually really like it. And it was on sale, so I got it for like $6. So here's my breakfast. I'm gonna enjoy this, and then I'll see you in a little bit when I have lunch, because I think we're gonna have sushi bowls for lunch, which low-key, I'm obsessed with sushi bowls. I was going to have a sushi bowl, but I did not have any seaweed. So like I cannot have a sushi bowl without seaweed. So I first had a snack before lunch because I was pretty full, but I wanted something to snack on while I was editing. And I had this ABC bar, which I saw someone on Instagram the other day say that this tastes like sawdust. First of all, how many times have you had sawdust in your life? Questionable. Secondly, it is like not a very sweet bar. It's a little drier, but I really love them. So you'll have to let me know down below if you like them as well. They remind me of the Cliff bars that are kind of like the same texture. the almond filled butter ones. I don't know, they're similar. And then I went ahead and I had pasta for lunch. This, if I can make anything on my stovetop for summer that is really quick and easy, I will do that. I made a whole bunch of lentils the day before, and then I can just add them to different meals. This was like 2 or 3 ounces of Banza pasta, so it's very high in protein, gluten-free, not very much, but that's really all I had left in my cupboard, and I just wanted to use it up. I have other pastas as well, but I figured for one quick serving, this was plenty. I added some tomato paste because I just like the tomato flavor, minced garlic. I salted my water with my pasta and then added my cooked lentils, which they're just cooked up with whatever seasonings that I thought sounded good, that are flexible so I can add them to different things like wraps, pasta, salads, etc. And this was lunch. No, it's not a sushi bowl, but it was still really, really good. It reminds me of goulash. Let me know if you had that a lot as a kid. But it's something I can throw together in like 10 minutes. And it doesn't heat my house up, and it also tastes really good cold. And I love the salad on the side because it's really refreshing. Did I go to Trader Joe's to get this? Amongst other things, yes, I did. I wanted a sushi style bowl so bad that I went to Trader Joe's because I can. P.S. Be on the lookout for some awesome Trader Joe's content coming in the next couple weeks. Yes, I decided to go 2 days early to my Trader Joe's normal Sunday haul. I went today instead because I just really needed a sushi bowl. And I have discovered that because it's summer, I think I need an air fryer back. I know someone said like a conventional oven that you put on your countertop, maybe one of those. If you're wondering what happened to my last air fryer, it broke. It dropped. The front broke off, like the door. So it's okay. I'm debating whether or not to get another one because you're not supposed to put air fryers or conventional ovens, like the small toaster oven styles, on quartz. So I'm like debating, but putting on my oven just to get some perfect tofu, I don't know if it's necessarily worth it. My oven was only on for 20 minutes, but it does make the house really hot. And then I feel like the air conditioner has to kick in overdrive. But I needed this day. Like, I needed a sushi bowl. So I did lots of veggies. I didn't even make any rice because I wasn't feeling it. I think packets of rice are definitely what I'm moving into. I love stovetop rice, but I don't always like turning on the stovetop either. What I need is all meals to be fruits and vegetables right now. No, just kidding. Because I need fulfillment out of, my proteins and my starches too. So this meal was definitely really, really beautiful. I have some seaweed, shredded carrots, cucumber. I also have some watermelon and cantaloupe that was left over from my meal prep last week. And then this tofu was perfection. This was like the absolute best meal. I feel like it's perfect for summer, other than the fact that you do have to heat up your house a little bit unless you have an air fryer. But I highly recommend giving this meal a try because it's very refreshing. It doesn't feel super heavy. It doesn't leave you feeling hot. You can eat it outside. It's really, really good. Hello. So to end this video, I really wanted to touch on something that I've been thinking about that I feel like you share more on Instagram than I do here. But I feel like I'm in my balance era, to use Taylor Swift. I, since April, have been shifting the way that I eat, the way that I work out to achieve more of a balance. And I feel like somewhere in April, I just hit that spot where I felt like I was hitting that full stride of achieving that balance that I feel like we all are striving to get towards, but just like grinding and working our way towards. If you have been around my channel for a while, you know that I am obviously an extremist. It's not hard to see. I've done potato resets. I've done the rice diet. I've done the oatmeal diet. I followed a very extreme, in my opinion, way of a whole food plant-based diet. And somewhere in the last 3-ish years of doing so, because I went plant-based in February of 2020, and it was April of 2023 where I really felt like I needed a hardcore general life reset with the way I eat. I feel like it is not hard to tell that I've been very, very extreme. And do I think extremes are bad? No. I'm an extremist. I like to run ultra marathons. I like to see how far I can push my body. I like to be extreme with my food intake. But moving into the mindset that I am shifting towards and feel like I'm like in the center of it, I wanted to kind of explain my thoughts, hopefully share where I'm at with you all in case you are kind of looking for that same thing, but also maybe you're thinking the way I'm eating isn't working for me, or I'm tired of it, or I like the way Miranda eats and I want to, you know, see where her mindset is. So I went plant-based. I found a whole food plant-based diet. I find a high starch, low fat diet, and I go all in. And I loved eating high carb, low fat. But sometime around December of 2022, moving into training for the last ultra marathon that I did, my body, I wouldn't say necessarily rejected the high carbs. I feel like I wasn't recovering properly because of the types of foods that I was eating. I do think carbohydrates have a necessity in your life, but I feel like at the time just wasn't enough for me. I feel like I needed more protein and more fat for the amount of training I was doing. I also let you guys know in April's video when I did my 12-3-30 that I was shifting my diet over eating more proteins, eating more balanced, and having carbs, proteins, and fats at every meal. That's been my goal since April, because I feel more satiated. Training super heavy for my ultra marathon, I was so hungry all the time. And I think there's a difference between hunger and satiation. Satiation is when you feel satisfied, like you don't need to eat anymore. Hunger is when you are truly hungry. And I felt like I was hungry to the point where I was unsatisfied. And I know it's because I was burning a lot of calories, and I feel like truly the types of food I was eating was not significant to my training style at the time. I think I just, you know, one week I think I hit like 70 miles. It was like my peak training week. And I think like 90% of my diet that week was carbohydrates, and the other percentage was from fibrous vegetables. So like looking back, I can see the errors that I made, but because I had been doing high carb for so long, I just was like, yes, this is where I'm thriving, and I just wasn't thriving there anymore. So I, by March, was so burnt out of all foods, high starch, low fat, because I had just eaten so much. Like, I wish for those amount of months, January, February, March, I would have filmed what I ate in a day every single day, and you guys would have been like, oh my God, like she's consuming 7 potatoes at this meal. And then an hour later, a huge bowl of pasta. And then an hour later, like a big thing of rice and beans. Like I just wasn't satisfied. And so the hunger just continued. And yes, I was eating more than I was burning. So guess what happens? It doesn't matter. There's no magical foods. Your body's not super magical. You cannot eat 7,000 calories a day if your body's only efficiently burning 2,000 of them, because you're in a surplus of 5,000 and you're going to gain weight. It's not that surprising. So yes, during my ultra marathon, it wasn't about losing weight. It wasn't about becoming my best self. It was about training and trying to fuel and trying to get calories in to train the next day and again on repeat to finish that race. So moving into April, I was just burnt out, like in every sense, burnt out of running, burnt out of eating that way. And so I decided to do 12-3-30, which is a walk challenge created by a girl named Lauren. It became really popular because of TikTok. I did a whole video on it. You can check it out, but it's incline 12, speed 3 for 30 minutes. And I did it every single day. And somewhere along that shift, my body started to shift, my mind started to shift, my food started to shift, and I started eating more balanced. I still eat a plant-based diet, but I wouldn't consider myself completely whole food, because I do have things that aren't whole food anymore. Like I have the Catalina Crunch, which is technically, you know, a processed food, but I really like it. I eat yogurt again. I eat lots of tofu. I eat wraps, but I would say I still eat a lot of whole foods, but I mean, most people do. So shifting my mindset, I feel like really shifted my body back into its natural state. I have dropped 10 pounds, actually weighed myself this morning because today is July 1st and I'm doing a new challenge for the month of July for my own personal goals. I feel like doing different challenges every month kind of sets me up to have something fun and new and exciting, and I'm enjoying that. So mind shift wise, maybe this isn't as extreme and as it used to be. Maybe I'm not, and I'm not the same person I was when I started my channel 3 years ago, but I am so balanced. And the reason I want to be extremely balanced is because we are trying to conceive. I shared our infertility story here a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't checked out that video, it's linked down below. If you just click the bottom arrow on the right, and it'll drop down all the videos that I have linked. But I want to be balanced, so when I have a little one, I am already in that balanced stage. I'm not freaking out and doing extremes. And for me, doing a challenge every month to hype new fitness goals and be excited about fitness is not an extreme, because if I truly need a day off, I will take it. So I hope this little bit about balance and not extremes helps you, because I'll be honest, I am in a lot of whole food plant-based Facebook groups. I follow a lot of whole food plant-based dieters, and I'm not saying it's everyone. I am completely not saying there's anything wrong with that way of eating, because I did it for over 3 years and I loved it until I just was like, I don't want to do this anymore, to what felt like an extreme. But I see a lot of people constantly restart with that diet. And it wasn't until I was on the other side that I saw that, because it felt more normal. But I feel like so many people are constantly striving for more weight loss, more weight loss, more weight loss. So they're constantly restarting, because it becomes this shift where if you're not on this diet, then you're off the diet and you're kind of eating a lot of junk food. And I get that. I completely get that, because that's the way our bodies shift. It's kind of like if you count calories, when you're not counting calories, you just try to eat as much as you can, so that when you restrict yourself again, you've gotten your fill in. And I feel like it's kind of the same a lot of times for any kind of diet, whether it's whole food or keto or macros or calories or anything, is that when you're on, and when you're off, you're off. And it's this constant shift. And I hope that I can encourage you throughout my videos to eat more balanced, because that's what our bodies love. Our bodies crave balance. And if you're feeling unsatiated or unfulfilled with your food, take a good look at what you're eating. And maybe you're like me and you're just like, you know what? I need a little shift. And it's scary at first. Let me be honest. It's scary at first, because you're introducing different foods. And I feel like I have a lot of food intolerances. And I've been able to eat different things, probably because I'm not being so extreme and so strict. And it feels good. I don't know, having a yogurt bowl every single day for the past week feels really good. It's something I wouldn't have allowed myself to eat a year ago, because I would have felt like, oh, this isn't whole food. It's processed. It's not high enough starch. When in reality, I think that we do need carbohydrates. It's a amazing source of fuel for our bodies, but I do think we need protein. I do think we need fats. And again, being I am on the journey that I'm on, I do have big goals. And speaking with our doctor, she's like, yes, eat balanced. Eat a whole plate of food that is balanced. Don't just eat one food group. That I feel like I am personally on the right track. And again, I just wanted to encourage you in case you kind of felt the same way I did. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you tune in for another one, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.